are watching ETV, the place to be to create delicious health and a life you love. And it's Q&A Wednesday. We have got a Q from Jessica, and Jessica writes, Dear Elyse, I've used your weekly tips and have implemented them throughout the years and the action items at the end of each video. They keep me motivated and going on my goals. That's awesome. Congratulations. Recently, as I've been feeling better and looking better, I've been wanting to go out more. I find that I'm actually really introverted and I'm pretty shy until I loosen up and have a drink. And unfortunately, that leads to another and another drink. And the next day, I'm paying for it. And I've totally been there too. Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I find it really throws me off, my whole routine. How can I go out, be social, but not get so involved with drinking, still feel empowered to be me without all the alcohol? Please help. Do you have any alternatives? I like to enjoy a drink, usually vodka and soda, to keep it low calorie. I would love any ideas. Love, Jessica. Awesome, awesome question, Jessica. Thank you so much for asking. And I think as women, we like to go out, we like to be social, and we like to have some drinks, and sometimes it does throw us off our mojo. And so I have my good friend here, Leah Kamplanis from Social Enjoyments. She's going to be giving us 3 awesome tips on how to be social and empowered. So thank you so much for being here, Leah. I really appreciate it. And so let's just dive, well, before we dive into these 3 tips, let's talk a little bit about social enjoyments, and let's talk about how this came to be.
Yeah, so basically the idea for social came about 2 years ago. And what happened was when I was 26, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. And I was living in the city and I was going out doing this, single girl in the city thing. I was diagnosed and I decided to heal holistically. So I went vegan, and then I went raw vegan for 8 months. I went macrobiotic, and I quit drinking alcohol for 3 years.
Wow. Yeah.
And then 2 years ago, I was feeling fantastic, and I was like just ready to drink again and have fun and enjoy life with alcohol. But when I went out there, I realized that there wasn't anything that was all natural, gluten-free, lower calorie, and tasted great.
That's one of the things that I have found that just like deters me away from alcohol. I don't really love the taste of a lot of things, especially beer. And for me, I've got celiac disease, and there's not a ton. There are some options, but there's not a ton. And it has a lot of sugar in it.
Yes.
Which does affect our mood and, throws us off.
Exactly. That was something I really, really was trying to avoid with the cancer diagnosis. So so that was I created a product that had stevia in it, organic stevia, and it's only 1 gram of sugar.
That's awesome, because you're usually getting up to, I don't even know, at least
25, 35 grams of sugar in 1 drink.
In 1 drink, yeah. So that can be you have a couple and it's already a whole meal, and you're just drinking liquid, calories. And as much as I'm not a huge fan of counting calories and things like that, it's something to be mindful of, especially if you're going out and having, 1 or 2 or 3 or, throughout a night.
Right. And then wanting to wake up and go to yoga or, hang out with friends or work on a project if you're really hungover because it was so high alcohol. It makes it really hard to do that.
And so talk to me a little bit, or talk to us a little bit about how, having a cancer diagnosis, that's really a huge scare. And so, having the courage and being empowered to say, well, I'm going to go out and, have a drink. And heck, I'm going to make my own damn drink, right? And that's what you did. And I think it's so empowering to be able to do that. And so can you talk to us a little bit about how you came to make that decision? How this really did come from an idea and, something that you wanted to real life.
Yeah. So I was always really interested in holistic nutrition, and I just wasn't someone that wanted to take pills when I was sick. I just wanted to rest and eat healthy and exercise and have a positive attitude. I think that makes people healthy more than maybe anything else.
Yeah.
Is just really, trying to be joyful and positive. So when I was diagnosed, I thought I would have the surgery, but then right away resources started showing up that said, do a juice fast, eat more fermented foods, avoid sugar, And so I said, well, I'm gonna try it. I've always healed naturally before, so I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad that you're, here and sharing this, and it really is a gift of just your own, I think, inner, wisdom and bravery and courage to go through this. And let's talk about, the drink. So social, I love it. And I wanted to share a little bit about what's in here, and I'm really picky about what I'm putting in my body. And I think you hit on a really key point: is it's what's in our head, what we're thinking, and that can really almost make or break an experience or a situation. And we're gonna get into the 3 tips in a second, but I want to go through. I mean, I'm not again so all about the calories. This is a really low calorie alcoholic beverage, but I want to talk about the ingredients, and I think this is really important because a lot of alcoholic beverages don't have the ingredients listed.
Right.
And honestly, they can put anything they want in there. They don't have to tell you. And it's almost like, the wild, wild west, right? So there is reverse osmosis water. There's the sake, which is made from brown rice, and then organic erythritol, and so that is a sugar alcohol.
Yep.
And we've got some citric acid, which is this vitamin C. Organic cucumber flavor, organic hibiscus extract, and then organic stevia. So this product is pretty much all organic and GMO free, preservative free, and there's no artificial sweeteners. And I can totally cheers to that. I think that's awesome, and I feel good about putting this in my body if I am gonna decide to have a drink. And I feel good that it's also helping the environment too.
Yeah.
Organic and all that. So I'm going to have a taste because I love it. It's bubbly and it's light and it's really refreshing. I love it.
And it's 4% alcohol. Because what I was hearing from women and what I was experiencing is they were like Jessica, they were choosing vodka to avoid calories or to kind of stay away from gluten or wine, but there's such high alcohol, 80% in different vodkas, 14, 15% in wine.
Yeah, a lot of alcohol.
Right? And so, they were really always designed for men who have a higher tolerance than women. So, so this is an option that's more like a light beer where you can go out and be social, is what I was always hearing, and drink throughout the night and kind of stay refreshed. But then you can, wake up the next day and go to yoga or hang out with friends.
Just go on with your day. Yeah. And I think that is, something that I've heard too throughout the years is like, oh, I'm not going to eat all day because I'm going to, I have this event tonight and I want to save some room for some drinks and they have so many calories. And so this kind of, you still want to eat and have your, really balanced meals, and then you can enjoy. And be social.
Yeah.
So let's dig in and dive into these 3 awesome tips that you have for us about being social and being empowered when we're out and about, even when we're, shy and a little introverted. And I know that some, people who know me for the most part, they may think I'm really extroverted and outgoing, and I am, but oftentimes when I'm in a new situation, I really sit back or stand back as the observer. And so it can be a little like I've got to inside, prep myself. And I often say, and I use this term instead of saying cojones, I say, you kind of have some lady coconuts and get out there and just go and say hi, to someone. And so I know you've got some tips to share with us. So what's the first tip?
So the first tip, well, actually all the tips, they really sort of revolve around the way I saw a social butterfly.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And so that's how I created, or why I created the logo as a social butterfly woman, and call it Social Enjoyments. Is I wanted women to remember what a social butterfly is like, and she's generally someone who is friendly and happy and nice to everyone, and just very, very full of joy and full of confidence and self-expression. And so I wanted to help women to bring that out in themselves when they're not working, they're out socializing now. So the first tip actually is all about smiling, just smiling. I mean, a social butterfly is always smiling, right? Talking to people.
Yeah.
And smiling and just exuding that warmth and positive energy is going to make everyone around you feel comfortable, and then you'll feel more comfortable.
I know that when I've been at places and just you know, if you walk into the room and you don't really know anyone, but that one person who connects with you and really gives you a genuine, you know, smile and connects with your eyes, it just is so inviting. And it does. It makes you feel wanted and, you know, that you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. And that's a really easy thing to do. You don't have to even open your mouth. Well, you might to smile, but you can just, you know, provide a nice smile. And that's, yeah, that's really nice. So, awesome. I love that. Tip number 1. So, tip number 1 is to smile. And what's tip number 2?
So tip number 2 is to ask questions. So I read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, which is a fantastic book. And
I love that book. It's an awesome read. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he talks about how everyone really just wants to have a chance to talk about themselves. Most people, they really just, you know, want to connect with people by sharing their story. And so if you can just ask some people questions, then it kind of takes the pressure off you to get the conversation started, and then you also will see kind of what they're like, and then you'll feel more comfortable.
I like that. Yeah. And it can be, you know, really nice. And one of the questions that came up was, how many questions is too much? And when do you feel like you're, you know, over questioning, or when it turns into like interrogation, right?
Right.
So how does someone know when to kind of just press pause and stop asking questions?
Yeah. So I would say that you just want to make sure you're asking maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 questions maximum, and then take a pause and let that person ask you a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. Yeah. Nice. Nice tip. And then final tip.
Final
tip
tip
number 3
is to ask someone, is to invite someone out with you. So I see a lot of people who think that being social means that you're going to get an invitation to everything, you know, every day, or people are just going to constantly be asking you to hang out. But the people that I know that are the most social are those who are asking other people to hang out with them all the time. And a lot of times people don't end up hanging out with them. You know, they invite them to a party and only one person shows up or 2 people show up. But before you know it, everyone starts showing up and getting to know each other, and then you have this great community.
I love that, because I think that's how we, you know, met, was someone invited both of us, and that's how we, you know, started talking. And it's a great way to just, again, like you said, build community, and that is a nice feeling, especially if you're first starting out and just, you know, starting to come out of your shell a little bit more. And you know, whether it's a health scare, whether it's, you know, just feeling better and looking better. I mean, we all kind of come out of our own shells for different reasons. So just to recap, the 3 tips are first tip is to smile, second tip is to ask questions, and third tip is to invite someone out and about, whether it's lunch or brunch or coffee even. So where can we find social enjoyments?
Yeah, so we just launched 3 weeks ago in Chicago. And
it's exciting.
Yeah. And then it's available in all of the Marianos, Whole Foods, Goddess and Grocer, Plum Market, and some Walgreens.
Okay, and we can find you on social media and all over the place. I'm sure people are going to be looking for this all around the country and the world, and you're getting there, right?
Yeah, someday. If they look for it, then it will come to them.
I love it. Okay, awesome. But for now, what you can do is you can implement these 3 awesome tips into your daily life. And Leah and I have a cue for you. We actually have a challenge. So what can you do as far as inviting one person out this week, whether it's for lunch or brunch, or maybe it's coffee, or maybe it's for some event? But how can you do that this week? We want to know how it goes and what you did. So leave your comments below. And if you liked this video, go ahead and like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. And for even more juicy updates from me that I only give out in my weekly emails, get your buns on over to mykitchenshrink.com and sign up. Remember, you have all of the right ingredients for delicious health success. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on ETV. Fab Camp is coming soon. Make sure to click the link below to sign up for updates so you'll be notified exactly when enrollment opens.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go.